Hi everyone, this is watercolor landscape painting. I'm going to paint some distant mountain over here, and in the middle ground, there's also in the background, there's a bunch of buildings over here, and then in the foreground, I have like placed two boats over here and series of boats over here and few additional boats which were not in the reference pictures, so I added them just to give it a direction. And I'm trying to make some bluish gray for a very cloud, not very cloudy, but yeah, it's a cloudy mood. So here it is. Now I'm going to make the first. I've already created these two shades of bluish gray and darkest blue gray, as you can see. So let's go. So this is just a very first wash, and I'm going to leave out the place where the buildings are. So I'm just being very careful. It's dry on wet technique. So you can see there is still water, but it's not running on the building. Can you see it? Right? And I just very delicately go over the building part. I'm going to create some dry wash patterns over here. And I'm gradually shifting to more cooler tone. Don't worry, it's gonna be a gradient. So I'm just trying to fulfill the whole area right now. This would be my first wash. Now you can see it well. Okay, since this part is still little moist, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this part. Hello, Joshua. Welcome to my channel. Welcome on this live stream. Which country you're watching my live stream from? So can you see the very soft? Hi, hello from Singapore. Hello from India. So you can see this part. what I'm going to do is just soften some of the part over here, just to, get uh like dissolved in the background, in the sky. Not everywhere. So I want some hard edges and some soft edges. And to create just a little bit of texture. Hello, King. There's some problem with my spray bottle. Okay, now it's working. So, all right. I'm still going to leave the building part, and I will do that in the second last stage. And the last stage would be my boat. I'm going to start working in the middle ground here, which is I believe the strongest value. But I have something uh, quickly to do. I'm gonna work. I'm going to work here in the distance tree. All right. So I'm gonna make it a little warmer just to change the mood. Here I used a little colder, like a cool value. No YouTubes ever saw my name. Oh great. I'm lucky. So I'm here mixing. Don't judge my palette because I like to leave my palette as messy as it can be. And because why? There is a reason. Because I like those gray tones and some natural pigments that mixes together and create some wonderful uh, you know uh, mixes. So I I love I just love this messy palette. So let's go. Okay, I'm just creating a very light washes here. I don't want it to go over the roof, so I'm just going to tap. Hey, thanks, Joshua. I'm glad you like it. And it's a very slow process. I want to go like very careful. So I'm going to turn this into a cooler value now. For that, I'm going to mix some blue, and I'm gonna make this more abstract. All right. What I need here is more warmth. Oh, that's a nice word to use, warmth. That's fine. I mean, you can watch this live later on my live stream session on my live stream section on YouTube, so you can come back and watch again the whole process. And I hope it will be a fun session for you as well. So this is all in distance. Just gonna make it look like a series of tree. It's a very beginner friendly painting, so you can try this absolutely. I'm gonna make it a little cooler by mixing some blue in it. Wow, that's a new emoji or a sticker. I like that sticker. Gregorio, welcome. I'm spraying just a little water. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm going to leave this as it is, or maybe just do a little. Thank you. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. I'm just a very small creator as of now. I mean, I've been working here since many years, but now I'm starting to go live and just share my knowledge or whatever I have with you all. I think that's the goal. It's a selfless, let's say it's a selfless a project or I say a purpose that I had to share my knowledge with everyone. Okay, I need now I'm going to work in the middle ground, which is mostly in the darker. Okay. I'm sorry, I go silent because I concentrate. I get lost in the process. I would love to see your work as well. And I'm glad to know that you like sketching and drawing. Alrighty. So we are moving ahead slowly. It's PM. I'm afraid I don't know what's PM. Okay, so I have like a light building over here, so I'm gonna just drop in some water over here. Like you must have seen those cauliflower effect. So I'm going to create exactly that. And I don't care about those because it's a nice effect, I believe. Alrighty, so now I have to be a little careful around the boats. I mean, I can go over here because this part is still in the shade. And let's go over here as well. And as we come down here, I'm just going to make some random water reflection. Yeah, I have 1.7K subscribers, so but still, I don't know. I don't get the same support as other artists. And plus, my style is more loose and impressionist, so I don't work in details like very accurate uh, drawings. I don't like that actually. Alrighty. Hi, Joshua. Welcome again. Hello, Anubhav. So I'm going to pre-wet this area because I want a very soft effect of water waves, which you will see in a moment. So this would be wet and wet technique, where you pre-wet the surface and just leave some pigments. As we go further in the middle ground, the waves would be smaller and tighter. Hello, Joshua. Tell me. You have Liberia. You have fever. Please take care of yourself and just take some rest. I think you should see the doctor. So, can you see the waves now in the distance? Yeah, please ask. Please ask your question, Joshua. So, I have to let it dry. I have to let it dry right now. Please ask a question, Anubhav. Since I have to wait for the surface to dry, especially the foreground. I have to wait, and then I will start working on my buildings. That would be interesting part because I'm going to create some lights and shadows. So the light is coming from this direction, from the right direction. So this part, the roof, some of the roofs, the dome, the tower. I guess it's a light tower or something like that. Make a painting like Manju Bhai. It's no disrespect for me. Manju Bhai. Surely, surely, I will make a painting like Majnu Bhai, a guy on a horse or on a donkey, on a donkey, I guess. Yes, Joshua, please ask your question. I think I can still work on this with the traffic. With the traffic, what do you mean by with the traffic? So I have this area to work on. Let's go. There was a traffic. Okay. I'll make that. I'll make the traffic as well for you. Okay, so let's go. It's fairly a very light wash. I can go all over it because some of the places, and I'm going to just incorporate some cooler tone next to it. So you can see some of the variation that will come in one wash. I'm back. I heard a knock. You just have to make time for me sometime. Otherwise, you only need two photos to make you famous. Otherwise, you only need two photos to make you famous. Joshua's conditions improved. Oh, I'm glad you healed, Joshua. So, you're saying I only need two photos to be famous. All right. So, one is Majnu ones, right? Which one is the second one? A portrait of you mean to say? All righty, bro. Let's move to this part. This gentleman over here. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to make it a little warmer. So let's add, since this part is dried, so I'm gonna add shadows. And this part as well will be in the shadow area. But I'm gonna make this. No, I cannot make that very dark. So let's just add this and this. And I'm gonna drop some. Now it's time for the roof. Alrighty, so now the roof is also placed. I think it would be a nice idea to work in the middle ground more, because I think I have to increase the tonal value of the middle ground, which will be more pigments, less water. All right, let's make let's make a darker tonal value. What I am looking forward is to make something like this consistency, which is burnt umber and some turquoise green, which makes such a nice. Let's go. I think I'm gonna pre-wet this area. Oops. I have to be a little careful. Now you can start to see the painting is taking shape now. I can just go like this to give that movement. And this is all in intuitionals. All intuitions that I follow in my painting. I'm gonna just drop some of them can just dissolve. And now let it dry now. I see a huge break in between the horizon line and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a bridge, let's say. So this is like a bridge connecting them with the water. and I can just go over it like this. And I can also do this. Just dissolve dissolve it and scratch some of the part. I'm not really worried about a perfect outcome, but yeah. So this I do to let it breathe. You will see the effect once it's dried, and I'm gonna leave some reflection in the water. Let's do it upside down or even like this. I'm just giving it a direction. I have to wait until this part is dried, the middle ground, and then I can start working in the boat. So it will come out from this chaos. And now I'm going to just change the water and get myself some fresh water for the washes. Alrighty, I am back with some fresh water, clean water. But yeah, there are things that needs to be done more. So let's see. Just give me some time and I will start working on the more darker tonal value here, and then I will make some boats and work a little more on this one. From there we can go ahead. But now I need to wait. I have to wait. I don't want to rush the process because I want to do the detailings like a small windows over here just to add some details in the big building. That I will do, but I have to get the boat running now. I think that's the part that's left, and then I will also add this little boat over here, and I will try to connect. I don't know what do you call that, the stick that goes on top of the boat and connect my middle ground to my background. That will be a nice connection. Alrighty, I think I can just go. And this part will run down. Wow, that's a beautiful. I like it. I like it. Now, can you see there is a boat over here now? And I'm going to repeat the same process with this one. So let's do it. And I'm going to leave some highlights here and there. But with this one, I have a different idea. I'm going to use the blue, although it's not so. But surely the approach is a little bit different with this one. Okay, so now these two boats are placed. Just going to dissolve some of that. I think it looks nice. So let's, maybe I can just add these boats and the water running down for them as well. This seems a little dry out. So let's start making some details in the back, in the building. All right, let's zoom in. So this is very random because it's in the distance and you don't want details in the background. So, and therefore, you just need to show few details, as little detailed as you can manage to get. And I see this roof needs to be painted with some darker value, which I will do right now. So it will enhance. Okay, let's paint this boat as well. So I'm already creating. I had an idea to add like a harbor over here. So just to give some like a different kind of structure, but that's gonna be a very like I'll show you now, like that. This will be our harbor. This will be our harbor, which of course is in the shade. All right. Now it gives you a little volume. And wait, what I'm going to do is add a little figure. Can you see the figure now? It's a very small figure there. And I'm going to just connect it here. So there you have a figure, boats. What else do you want? And I'm just going to add one more. Mm, just adding some few lines, which I think is a mistake. So I'm going to tap. Oh no. I'm just going to scratch it. I think it's time to make the big leap of faith. So I'm gonna use another brush because I don't want to take any risk. I think it should cut here, or maybe I don't know. I think here. Okay, so I got a basic. I'm gonna stand. Okay, so now it's connecting with the background. I'm gonna add some lines. All right. Now it's time to add some details in the other boat. Okay, so and now let's add. I'm gonna add something over here, something that catches your attention. Just I did it randomly, and I don't regret doing that. I'm not sure whether you can see how nicely it came out. And now it's time to add some birds. Let's add some birds. I think let's start from here. I'm trying to catch all the movements basically, not to make it more you know, boring. Just some birds coming out from there. Now suddenly the landscape has more movement, right? All right. This needs a head, right? Okay. Now I'm going to sign And this is just perfect for a beginner to start painting, someone who wants to learn painting watercolors. I think you can start from here. Okay, so now the most interesting part is here. How many of you are excited to peel the, the masking tape with me? Let's do it. Oops. That's what happens. A very simple watercolor landscape painting is here. Okay, so let me just remove this thing here. Just wait a minute. I'm gonna remove the phone from the stand and show you the details. You can see how soft water waves I created over here, and in the middle ground, I just added the burst of dark toner value, and then you travel in the background, you see the buildings and the mountains over here, which is like lost in the midst, and some series of trees, the buildings, the boats, and everything. I hope you guys are in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the full demonstration, and I'll see you all in the next one. So, till then, bye bye. Take care. I'm signing off. If anyone has any question, they can ask me before I can just finish the live session. Is there any questions? I'm just going to leave the live as it is or not.